We're in.
Are we in?
We are.
Are we live?
We're live.
Hello, Virtus friends. Welcome to the second episode of a cooking class. So as you know, we always start off by having a toast. So hopefully you have your drinks ready. Mary Kate has hers. And cheers to the second cooking class. Boom. Okay. So, as you know, Easter is this Sunday, and I wanted to come up with a class to kind of teach you some things that you could actually utilize this weekend. So today we are going to do a roasted whole chicken, and then we are going to do a side of heirloom brown butter carrots, which are my absolute favorite. So the first thing we're going to do is get started on the carrots, because remember, we cook everything in accordance to timing and make sure that everything aligns together. So the carrots, I get these beautiful heirloom carrots from Trader Joe's, and I do try to get all the ingredients from Trader Joe's so you guys can just walk across the street and get them. And so I just cut these in half. So this is what the carrot looks like whole, and then obviously this is what it looks like in half. So over here I have a pot of boiling salt water. We are going to just quickly blanch the carrots for a couple minutes. It's just going to soften them up, and then we're going to roast them in the oven. So right now, preheat your ovens to 450 degrees. We'll cook the chicken and we'll cook the carrots in the same oven. So carrots going down in the water for a couple minutes there. And now what we're going to do is make the brown butter. Brown butter is nothing fancy. It's literally just butter that you are slow cooking on a medium heat until it browns. And the flavor, I mean, it's unreal. It becomes nutty and just like so aromatic, and it's one of my favorite things. I could put brown butter in everything and be very happy, but also maybe very large. So we're gonna take the butter. Now this is just gonna make like a small batch of brown butter. You can make a bunch of brown butter, like put a whole stick in here, and then just like put it in a airtight container at room temperature and just use it. You could use it in cookies. You can use it in savory foods. Follow your heart. So we're going to put this on here. The thing is with brown butter is that it can go from perfect to burnt like that. So we kind of have to watch it. So I'm going to put this here on about medium heat. Okay. And then I'm just going to let it melt. And as it melts, it will eventually start to brown. And as it browns, that's brown butter. And it is delicious. Okay, so while that's going, we're going to check on this. So we're going to get started on the chicken. I'm going to glove up because I don't want to get chicken juice everywhere, because that is nasty. Mary Kate agrees. She's nodding. Okay, so this is our baby over here, right? And so what you want to do when you get this is you want to pat it dry. And I've already done this, but you want to pat it dry with paper towels. And if you do have the time, put it in your fridge for like an hour or two, because it will dry it out more. And the more the skin is dried out, the crispier skin you're going to get. Okay? So what we're going to do first with it is, now, most of you, I hope, know this, but you would be shocked to believe that some people do not and have not. And it's been very awkward Thanksgivings when I realized that somebody else did the turkey and they forgot to take out the giblets. You don't want to keep this in your chicken when you cook it. No. So this we're going to discard of. And so the way I'm going to cook the chicken here, just so it cooks evenly and kind of faster, is I'm going to spatchcock it. And that means essentially I'm going to take off the spine and I'm going to take off the rib cages, so it'll be butterfly open, and it's going to evenly cook that, and it will cook faster. So these are kitchen shears. You can get them anywhere, and they work perfectly for this. So what we're going to do here first is we're going to essentially make a slit through right here, and then right here, and then that's the spine, and we're going to remove it. What's cool about this dish is that you can use these chicken bones and scraps that we're about to use to make the actual chicken. And if you save them all and put them in a pot and with water, you can make your own chicken stock, which I've come to find is very rare to find these days at the grocery store, because of obviously everything that's going on. So you could actually save this and do like a 2-for-1. And you can Mary Kate's face right now is so funny. But you can essentially make chicken stock in a chicken dish all with the same ingredients. It's cost effective. And honestly, store-bought chicken broth is fine, but like homemade one is like no other. Okay, so now I've removed, let me actually show you that. So this is, I'm gonna try not to laugh because Mary Kate's face is really disgusted right now, but this is the spine and this is what I just removed. So it's like if you do this, you're almost like a little surgeon. And then this is open now. I don't know, can they see Mary? Yeah, and so here's the spine, and this is what we're gonna remove. So we're gonna take the little scissors and we're just gonna cut like around the ribs, and it'll be very easy to just snip, snip, snip. Boom. Easy peasy. Ribs, gone. Save this for stock. Okay, we're gonna do the other side. Cool. So that's gone. Now this chicken is bare and burnable, and we're ready to season. We're ready to season. But we're gonna first take a second to just check on the butter here because we don't want to burn it. And so Mary, come over here. And you see that it's starting to bubble a little bit. So this is perfect. All these white bits here, they're the milk solids, and they're gonna eventually be the thing that browns it for the brown butter. Okay, so I'm just gonna lower the temp just a bit here with my elbow. Gotten really good at using my elbow during this quarantine time. And remove one of my gloves so I don't touch my salt and pepper with chicken hands. And so what we're gonna do now is just take a little bit of olive oil and coat the inside. And what's cool about this is like we're gonna season it on the skin, but we're also gonna season the inside. Because typically if you don't do it, you just, you season the chicken and that's all. So this is gonna be super flavorful, delicious. So remember, we're starting with salt and what we're seasoning from the top, evenly distributed. Some pepper. Okay. And I got some crushed garlic here. We're just gonna massage there. Delicious. And then what we're gonna do here is slice some lemon. Okay. And so what's cool about chicken, like right here, it has like kind of little pockets, like lemon pockets. Can they see that?
I think so.
That we're just like putting the lemons in the pockets, and we'll put one in the middle here. Then I'm going to take some fresh parsley. Put that there. And now, take this. They see this?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like stuffed. We're going to take it like this. And we're going to put it flat down here. Make sure it's flat so it evenly cooks on the tray. As so, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first step. Let me remove my gloves, wash my hands, and check out the butter. Yeah. All right, so the butter now is starting to get there. We're just gonna give it a little shaky shake. And like, I wish you guys could smell this when it starts to brown because it really is delicious. Mary Kate will be the witness. She's never told a lie, so she won't lie to you. Okay, so that's gonna be going. I'm gonna drain these carrots because we're not trying to cook them all the way through. We're trying to just part cook them so they roast a little bit easier. And also, when you cook the carrots like this, not that they have like that liquid, it's gonna be easier to infuse flavor to it. So the olive oil we're gonna add in there. Okay. A little bit of salt, not a lot, but because remember we salted the water. And then some black pepper. And then for this, I'd like to add a little bit of red pepper flakes because the brown butter will actually make it like nutty and kind of sweet. And I like the spice that goes with it. So boom. Oop, lost a carrot. And then we're gonna put them on the sheet tray. Again, same with the Brussels sprouts. Like we did last week, you want an even layer so they roast evenly and get color on them. So right now, these are good to go. When they come out is when I'm gonna toss them with the brown butter. So I'm gonna put these in the oven probably for about 10 minutes at 450, and they're kind of gonna get charred and roasty and delicious. So in the oven we go, about 10 minutes or so. Okay, so the butter now has browned, and like, the smell-o-vision work? Yeah, no. Okay, but do you see like how, I don't know if you can see it on this, but like those white solids have now turned brown. So like this is brown butter, and once you get it to this, it's gonna be a golden, yellowish, dark kind of color, almost like amber. Take it off when it gets there because then it's gonna continue cooking.
Can we hold it against the white? There you go.
Okay. And so, brown butter. So what's cool about this is like you can strain this, and if you strain it, you're gonna get like the milk solid bits, and you can, the butter's still gonna taste the same and it's still gonna be infused. But the brown butter bits, actually, you can make like the best tasting ice cream I've ever had with them. Or you can just, they become like almost like, I don't want to say butter rocks, but almost like butter rocks. And you can just like use it, crumble it on top of things, texture. It's like something I really love to do. Okay, so that's there. And so we've seasoned the inside of the chicken. Now it's time to season the outside. So again, we're going to hit it with some olive oil. I almost said EVOO, which was like something that Rachel Ray says, and I hate it for some reason. So thank God I did not say that. Anyways, we're gonna put the salt and the pepper again, season from the top. And again, if you want to see why I say season from the top, if you season right here, you're just getting a bunch of pepper right there. You're not getting it everywhere here. If you season from the top, it's like snow and pepper. And then we're gonna do the same with some salt. Okay, and so now you're gonna have to get your hands dirty a little bit, but it actually is just so delicious and helpful with the chicken when you do this. Is so the breasts right here, they have like little opening right here that you can just peel the skin back. Okay, like so. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the rest of this butter and we're gonna put it in there. We're gonna put a little bit of the garlic in there. And then we're gonna just rub it on in there. And this is gonna make sure that your chicken is delicious and moist and flavorful. This is the most interaction I've had during this quarantine. So, so there we go. So now the chicken is ready to go in the oven. Just gonna walk up. When using chicken, guys, please always make sure to wash your hands after touching anything else, because you could seriously get people sick if you contaminate their life with raw chicken. And we don't need that right now. So scrub up I really am a surgeon today. Scrubbing up, taking spines out. Clean hands, happy hands. Okay? And so now this chicken is ready to go in the oven. So I'm gonna pop that in there. You guys want a closer look? Boom. And so for this chicken, put it in your center rack. And what's important for this chicken, so that chicken is about a 5-pound chicken. It's gonna take at 450 degrees, 45 minutes to cook, but every 15 minutes, so set a timer, every 15 minutes you wanna rotate it. So it evenly gets browned and colored and crispy and delicious. So do that. And so now we have about a couple more minutes left on the carrots. So this would be the time for questions, to take a sip of your cocktail. Has anybody come up with the cooking show name? Because I tried to pitch Radical Rahaf today, and it was, I don't think it was received well. Sorry, Amos. No questions?
She said she'll keep working.
I have a question.
Oh, we have a question.
Who has I didn't know people could talk.
Yeah, my name's Maddie. I have a question.
Okay. Hey, Maddie, how are you doing today? What's your question?
I'm curious, what are these shears that you're using? Can I just use like regular scissors, or like what's going on with that?
Yeah. So these are kitchen shears. You can't really use regular scissors just because they're not going to be as strong and sturdy as these are. Honestly, you'll probably break your scissors if you do try using them without the kitchen shears. But I mean, you can get these on Amazon for like under $20, and you can cut anything with them. So I would definitely get a pair of shears if you want to do this the right way. But I've never tried it with scissors, so if you want to risk, losing a pair of scissors,
Give it a go.
Yeah.
Okay, follow-up question. If I were to take my spatchcocked chicken and do it on a grill, like what would I heat it to? How long would that take?
So it depends what kind of grill that you have, but typically it would be about 325, 350, and it's going to take a little bit longer. I would say about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for your questions. They were so lovely. All right, well, I'm going to go check on the carrots now. Okay. So, these are looking delish. So what we're gonna do now is take the bowl that we have here, and we're gonna put the carrots in the bowl. I'm gonna take off this very large glove, and then the brown butter, I'm just going to drizzle the carrots with. Guys, I mean, Mary Kate, smell this for me. Smell this for them.
Oh,
Just
amazing.
Okay. And then we're gonna just toss it. And I'm gonna just take these leftover parsley things, just because I love any greenery. And I'm just gonna tear it on here. Typically with herbs like this, I like to use my hands to tear because then you don't really bruise them. And I think it just looks pretty. So these are the carrots. And then I've actually been so excited to do this because growing up I used to watch cooking shows, right? And they would always be like, okay, and then we're gonna put this chicken in the oven, and it's supposed to take like 45 minutes to an hour to cook. And I'm like, man, like, are we gonna have to watch the entire show for a whole hour? What are they gonna do in the meantime? But they always take that one out of the other oven, like, hold on, this is gonna be cool. So like, they're always like, okay, so we just put that oven in, or that chicken in the oven, and now, like magic, it's done. And so I did this one earlier today, just because I didn't want you guys to have to just stare at my face for 45 minutes while I cook. But essentially what I did every 15 minutes, just let's say this is the oven. It's in the oven, 15 minutes, rotate, 15 minutes, rotate, and then after that it should be done. When this comes out of the oven, let it rest for like 10 to 15 minutes. Cover it in foil, let it rest. What that's gonna do is that's gonna absorb all the juices back into the meat, and it's gonna be very juicy chicken. And so then for Easter, you have this delicious chicken. You have these delicious carrots. I can't get over how good they smell. And you have two really good items to bring to Easter after Easter. Now, if you wanted to get really crazy, you could do the same method of chicken, but you can actually flavor it. Like I've done it with lemon and maple before. I've done it with actual brown butter, which is unreal. I've done it like a hot chicken version of this with some Aleppo pepper and some garlic, and it's just delicious. So you can really get creative. You can do a barbecue chicken. You could do a salsa verde chicken. I mean, you can follow your heart with this. So yeah, that is the class, essentially short and sweet, but I didn't want to overwhelm you guys with a lot of steps. I think we're doing the basics is the best right now in this time, especially since the grocery stores are so sparse. But I mean, you can do these two just together and people are going to be like, wow, you worked so hard again. And then you're going to be like, yeah, I did. This is how much I love you. I cook for you. So yeah, that is what I have. Is there any other questions? Does anybody want to learn how to make an old fashioned today? What's up, guys?
We have one question.
Okay.
Oh, Amos is asking you to plate it.
Okay, we can do that. Let's get up to date here. And so the way I would plate it would be to grab the chicken or the carrots and put it on the bottom, but like kind of at a diagonal. Okay? So make a bed. See? Okay? And then you could do it 2 ways. You can take the chicken. I mean, if this is like a family style plating, oh guys, like just like this is what it's gonna look like once you flip it over. Like look at that. Just flavorful, delicious. And so you could do it 2 ways here with the plating. You could just set it on whole, or we can half it. And guys, the lemons that you cook the chicken with, do not throw these away. Do not throw them away because they are just covered in chicken deliciousness. And like, honestly, I would just squeeze it on top of the chicken and then take the leftover of the brown butter and let's just drizzle that on top of there. That's just going to be delicious. So yeah, here, let's just do a little bit of this. And then, boom. And this chicken, I would say, I mean, depending on your appetite, it would serve about 4 people. And it pairs so well with the carrots. And if you don't have parsley, you can use thyme. You can use sage. You can really kind of use any herb that you like. That's what I really like about cooking these dishes. Like, it's very versatile, and you can kind of just use the ingredients you have on hand. If you didn't have garlic, but you have an onion, cut the onion and put it in replace of the garlic. You know? You never just have to follow one rule of cooking. That's what I like about cooking is that if you think about it, some cooking has rules, but for the majority of it, like, no, just make it taste good. Don't oversalt anything. That's the only rule I have. Any other questions?
Let's see. I think I missed one. Oh, Rosemary asked, would you typically do this now or closer to when the chicken will be done? Talking about the carrots.
So the carrots, I would put in the chicken first. And then when you're at the 20 to 30 minute mark for the chicken to be done, I would work on the carrots.
Okay.
And again, you can blanch. So the carrots you can blanch in advance and put them in the fridge. And then all you have to do is roast them. The brown butter you can do in advance. Like a lot of this stuff you can do in advance. So the day of Easter, like you don't really want to spend all day cooking. You want to spend it with your family, having fun, relaxing. So you could do a lot of this prep on Saturday and then just bring everything together on Sunday.
That's it for questions.
Is that it for the
I
questions?
have a lot of thank yous.
So of course, so obviously for next class, I know we had some requests for short ribs, but after talking to everybody about it, short ribs we're going to stay for when we can see each other in person, and everybody can enjoy that. But yeah, if you guys have any requests, shoot me an email, shoot Ann Wallace an email, shoot the Virtus Instagram an email, however you get in contact with us, and we'll try our best to teach you guys what you want to learn.
Yay.
All right, everybody, stay safe. Thank you for tuning in, and until next week.